Hello again. Right, it's Tuesday 25th of April 2017, and I've got three trades to show you this morning. And I really am only publishing these videos in order to hopefully show you that repetitiveness, repetition, if that's the correct word, is the key to my um, belief in a worthwhile trading method. I've done this for years and years and years now, and it's just so simple, and it's just using common sense, I suppose, and logic. And as you know, I took the long trade yesterday morning on this pound yen, and then waited for a alert to the downside and various other little things that I'll show you on the lower time frames in order just to grab a few pips in this reverse move here. So I'll drag and drop the trade onto the chart, and there, as you can see, we've got the alert. And if I drill down to the lower time frame from the hourly to the 30-minute, the 30-minute gave me alert much earlier on in the day, but that wasn't, in my opinion, enough to consider this up move to be over. So it's just about applying um, discipline and logic, as I've just said, and patience. So as you can see here on the 30-minute, we had the push to the downside, the alert quite early on, as I say. That's just the 3 crossing over the 10. Then you can clearly see a green candle, which is a pullback, which is obviously something interesting on the lower time frames again. That'd be a couple of 15-minute candles and potentially 4 or 5, well, in fact possibly 6 green candles on the 5-minute. So let's have a look at what that's telling us. There's your pullback, couple of 15-minute candles there, and then the 5-minute. As you can see, I waited for the 5-minute alert to the downside. I still wasn't happy with taking that trade, and this is the point of this video, right into that 25 level. So what I did is I waited for it to break the 25 level, and then that's where the logic, that's where the common sense comes in. Because what do I always say I want to be doing? I want to be entering just after 25 levels broken, with enough space to the next 25 level. And you can see how it respects frozen. And so if you see this enough, then that's how you can train yourself to trade it. So that's why I get these high percentage of wins, because I wait for the perfect setup. We've got the trend in place here. We can clearly see high, low, lower high, lower low, broken support, used it as resistance almost to the pip there. Let's just put a level on there. You can see where it's pulled back to that support acting as resistance. And the reason I chose that as support as opposed to that one is because this is part of the up move. Support is forcing the price to go higher. This didn't actually force the price to go higher, so I don't treat that as true support. So you need to watch and watch and watch these videos. I'm not blowing my own trumpet, it's just that there's so much stuff that you get to understand about support and resistance and how price moves, or believe rather. It's not necessarily correct, it's just my belief, and it's good enough for me to trade and put my money on where my mouth is, as it were. So that was the short trade. Then this morning I had another Groundhog Day long trade. Let's see where that one is. That's a long trade. So 5 a.m. got up. I could clearly see H1 was doing its stuff. We'd had a pullback, so this, in fact, it was just before 5 a.m. that I woke up this morning, and here's a 6 a.m. Vertical line, as you can see. So once I'd seen this pullback here, I was just happy actually to hit that. It was just after the 25 level there. If we drop down to the 5 minute, as you can see, we're above the 25 minute. I hit it because I didn't want to run the risk of the trade pulling away without me, as it were, and miss a perfectly good opportunity. As you can see, I had a few pips drawdown on this one, which is if I'd applied a bit more, perhaps, patience and discipline, then I could have waited for this this 5 minute alert here and possibly got a slightly better entry. We're talking about 1 or 2 pips. So as you can see, same old, same old. This was a better trade for me today because we entered. That was why really I took it with a view, because again, you tend to find things happen on the hour. So I had a few minutes, if I remember, I had about 10 minutes prior to the hour finishing, so it had plenty of time to hit that 25 level, hit it low, so there was a 13 pip, 14 pip gap there with, well, there was actually 16, 18 pip gap, but there was a couple of pips to spare before it hit the level, as you could see. I didn't want to go for the actual 25 increment, so that was yet another method trade, if you like, to the T, apart from perhaps just hitting it at the top of a breakout, if you like, as opposed to hitting it from the pullback, which would have been here. So 2 trades, 2 winners, perfect method trades that I'm teaching here, or showing you here, should I say. And then 3rd trade of the day, because the reason I've was happy to take an extra trade to the long side was because it was with the massive major trend, i.e. uptrend going on here, low, high, high, low, high, high. What we also have is a day without any major news. So I'm always happy to grab an extra trade with the trend of the morning. I mean the London session, as it were, the direction, so it's long. Quite happy to hit that again, and that's where logic comes into this stuff a little bit. So here's the trade here. Pound dollar. I took pound dollar because I just like the look of this added resistance here at this line here. So I was aiming for that 25 increment, as you can see. Once again, it didn't go. In fact, this was a very, very slow trade. You can see these are 15-minute candles, not 5s, and I took the trade based on this break of this recent resistance here, minor resistance because it's part of a resistance of an uptrend. We've got a major resistance over here that I was happy because that's part of support and resistance. It's forced the price down, so it's a strong level once broken. So if I stick a level on there, I was happy for once the candle had broken there, I was happy to take this extra move to the long side, and as you can see, it's done what I expected it to do. So all again just gone short of the 25 increment there, entered a little bit higher than off of the 25 increment, so this was just 8 pip trade, but it's a good solid trade following the method again. So that's what it's all about. You know, I'm finished for the day now. It's 10:56, and whilst these are going on, all I have to do is just watch a bit of telly. I've been watching stuff about the pyramids today, which is very interesting, and that's it. Now I'm off out. Have a nice day. I hope this helps a little bit. Thank you for watching.